Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Actors Area. I'm your host, Sean Robert Grant. So happy to be here with you today. So happy to be able to share some of the insights, actually all of the insights that are being offered through meditation, through experience, through wisdom, through all these fun things. And it's really, really exciting to get the opportunity to kind of just learn and implement this stuff. And so I'm really, really happy to do so, and I'm happy that you're here with me. So let's get right into it. Today's episode is about not being fooled by appearances. So don't be fooled by appearances. And so what does that mean? Basically, what this comes down to is this is the idea that there's never a time at any point in existence where you need to count yourself out from succeeding at what you love, right? So we're focusing on acting, but this goes for absolutely everything. This goes for everything that we're involved with. And you have to know, and when I learned this, it freed me from struggle. It freed me from unnecessary suffering. It freed me from the pain that most of us have to go through because we're looking at appearances and we're already saying right away, you know what, this is a done deal. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm fed up. I'm tired. And all that does is just kind of just drain your vibration and keeps you from experiencing the good that would transpire if we were just a little bit more patient, okay? And so let's really look at this as it relates to acting. You know, I always like to think back to a time where I was not booking much at all. I would book like just one job. And, you know, this was back in, I would say about 2009. And throughout that time, it was always a case of looking at the physical and seeing what was going wrong. But one thing I never really thought of at that time was to look within myself and to see. So here's what's really cool. I'm going to share a nugget of wisdom with you. Here's what's really cool is if you feel good about your auditions, you feel good about all the stuff that you're doing to prosper yourself within your career, hang on. Just hang on and be patient because something good is going to unfold for you. Something good is going to make itself manifest in due time. This may just not be the right time for you to experience the success that you think you should be because once again, everybody's different. Everybody has different times of when they are destined to succeed. And it's important for us to be in a position to where we are completely open and receptive to when that time comes, okay? So a lot of times, and you may have heard this before, people block their success because they get right within like 5 feet of it and they start bitching and complaining. And that might be a little bit in your face, but that's the truth of why so many people miss out. That's the truth of why so many actors and actresses miss out on their good is because they're not patient enough. And so one of the best things you can do to be patient is to not be fooled by appearances. Once you realize, and here's another really good tidbit, once you realize that you're starting to be affected by what's outside of you, and you're starting to move away from anything that is not joy, peace, happening, harmony, and abundance, go down for a meditation. Go within yourself, center yourself, and begin to connect to the divine within you that knows that you're a success, that knows that you're abundant, that knows that you're peaceful, that knows you're always in harmony. This is something that we have to do because what this does is it keeps us in the right vibration until our good is ready to manifest. I promise you, pay no attention to things if they're not happening for you on the outside, but pay every bit of attention to your attitude and how you feel about it, because that's going to be the determining factor. I heard the most amazing thing from this guy, Mark Anthony Lloyd. He's a spiritual director over at Unity in Naples. And he said that, don't be a surface person. And what he meant by that is, don't be the type of person that gets tied up in thinking that the fat lady has sung because this looks like this way. He says, you know what? Regardless of what your career says, don't get tied up. Regardless of what the relationship says, don't get tied up. Regardless of what anything says physically, don't get tied up, because what you're seeing now physically is kind of like a bit of delay from the past of what you've consciously created, okay? So I don't understand the exact timing of this, but I know that there's a lot of truth to the idea that what we're feeling right now is creating our future. What kind of thoughts we're sending out into the universe right now is creating our future. How far along into our future? I'm not sure. But I know that the attitudes that you're giving are going to come back like a boomerang, because that's how the universe works. It gives us what we put out. It's a mirror, basically. And so what we have to really ensure is that we're always at peace. We're always receptive. We're always accepting. We're always in gratitude. Because if you can stay there no matter what, if you can stay there, eventually you will succeed. Because every actor does. I tell every actor and actress that I come into contact with that your time to succeed will come. It always does. It is set up to where everybody can succeed unless you're in the wrong business and there's something much, much greater for you. But if you're following your heart and you're being true to yourself, you're in the right business. So your success is coming, but it can only manifest through the right type of mindset, through the right type of vibration, and more importantly, the right type of feeling. Keep going to class if that's your thing. Keep watching videos, keep reading articles, keep watching your favorite shows, not only as a fan, but also as a performer. I do that all the time. Like, one of my favorite shows on TV is The Flash. But one thing I love about it is that the acting is really good. And so I find myself not only watching it as a fan, but watching it as I'm studying, what's actually going on, like how are they hitting their marks, or, how well they're adjusting to the cues, and just so many different intricate things. And it's the most amazing thing ever to be able to watch a show as a fan and watch a show as an actor, as you're learning stuff. And the beauty thing is, as an actor, man, you never stop learning. Every different show you watch, you're learning new things, and it's the most amazing thing ever, especially when you get an email to audition and have the opportunity to be on one of those shows that you've watched your entire life, or one of those movies or films. So all I'm saying is keep an amazing attitude about yourself and about where you are. And if you're doing well, great, keep that up. Keep going with it. Keep doing your thing. But if you're in a place to where you're not really seeing the things that you feel like you need to be seeing, just be patient. Life works in cycles. Sometimes there can be a cycle to where it's meant for you to grow as an actor and research and learn from other people. And then like a couple months later, all of a sudden you're thrusted into these roles and you're using everything that you've learned from that growth and that research. So you have to take a moment and ask yourself, okay, what period of what life cycle am I in as it relates to my career? And it could be the research, which is basically, you basically learning things. It could be growth, which you kind of experiencing the lean times, or it can be harvest time, to where you're booking any and everything without even trying. And trust me, once again, this is what's exciting. It happens for everybody. The universe provides, the universe allows everyone to succeed as an actor or actress, unless you're not in the right profession. Okay? So always keep that at the forefront of your mind. Always know that this is what's going to get you to where you want to be. And you don't, the beauty of it is that you don't have to like know the whole game. You don't have to be in a place to where you know everything. A lot of times when I booked the most amazing stuff of my career, I was kind of clueless. I was just kind of flying by the seat of my pants and somehow or another figuring out how things worked. And it was the most amazing experience ever. Now looking back on it, I always want to be an advocate to show people, you know what? You don't have to know it all to be a success. You don't have to be the expert to be in a position to where you're doing so much and you're succeeding on such a high level. No, know that where you are right now is where you need to be. And that's the most amazing thing. And you can take that right now and you can succeed and you can not be fooled by appearances. Just know within the success is there and eventually it is coming. It is ready to unfold for you at the perfect divine right time. And if you understand that and you accept it and you know it, there's no doubt in my mind that you will succeed and you will succeed greatly. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. It is always a pleasure. Keep at it. Once again, don't be fooled by appearances. If your career and your life is not what you think it should be and it should be different, pull up a meditation practice and just start going within and start feeling into the success you want to feel. Start feeling into the joy you want to feel for your career. And I promise you, it will take you to new levels of experience. Thank you so much. Take care.